In this video, we're going to be playing some Idols of Torment, created by Jeremy from Black Magic Craft. This game takes place in a sort of afterlife called the Echo, where the remnants of heaven and hell lie broken following their post-apocalyptic collapse. Each player takes the role of a cosmic entity called an Eternal. As an Eternal, you command supernatural beings called idols. As they descend upon the Echo, your only purpose is to pit your idols against your enemy for control over the lost, which are wandering souls that inhabit the Echo. These souls are a precious resource that must be reaped, thus releasing their energy from the Echo and returning it to the stars. I'm playing the chain-clattering Scorn, while Brooks is playing the ghostly Hollow. Each order has a few unique abilities, but they all have the same core units. Those units are 2 Slayers, which have the Fury ability, allowing them to attack multiple times per round, 2 Lurkers, which have the Range ability, allowing them to attack from afar, 2 Stalkers with the Agile ability, allowing them to move through terrain at full speed, 1 Corruptor, and 1 Reaper. Corruptors and Reapers both have the Beacon ability, which allows them to become a conduit for eternal powers to be cast from. They also both have the Call ability, which allows them to beckon the lost towards them. Corruptors have the Bind ability, which creates a connection with the lost, making it easier to reap. Any model can reap, however, in order to successfully reap a lost, the player needs a corruption roll of 5+, which is impossible for the Slayers and Lurkers to do, since they have a corruption value of D4. A bound lost can be reaped on a 4+, making it possible for all models to reap. Once an idol reaps, it is removed from play. Reapers, however, have the Remain ability, which allows them to reap souls without getting removed from play. And finally, each player gets a totem. Totems cannot be activated or attacked, and have the Beacon ability, allowing them to be used as a conduit for casting eternal powers. Once the board is set up, each round follows the same structure. Reveal an Echo card, draw initiative tokens, and move the lost. The initiative tokens are numbered 1 through 20. Each player takes 1 token per active idol, plus extra tokens identified on that round's Echo card. Then players take turns, spending their initiative tokens in order from the highest to lowest number. On each turn, a player can spend their token to either activate a model or perform an eternal power. It's also worth noting that each eternal power can only be cast successfully once per round. This isn't meant to be a tutorial. The full rulebook goes into a lot more detail on how to play the game. There's a lot to it, but once you understand the core concepts, it's pretty easy to learn and plays pretty quickly. Alright, we're playing some Idols of Torment today. I got Brooks here with me.
Hi.
He is playing the Hollow, and I am playing the Scorn. Okay, we're rolling for the Lost, so that's D4 plus 4 to see how many Lost we place. So 7, it's a lot of Lost.
And they have to be 9 inches away from a board edge and 3 inches away from each other. And we roll off to see who drops first. Justin's blue, and I'm green. Looks like you're going first.
Alright, here's our super tactical layout of the Lost models. You have to have them within 9 inches of the table edge, so like they really get pushed in. There's not a lot of space for you to put them. Not much more to say about that.
Yep.
And then we place our totems. So I would get to place mine first. So they have to be 6 inches away from any Lost model outside of terrain.
Outside of impassable terrain, so you could put it on.
I could, but I don't really want to. Well, maybe I should put it kind of centered.
Oh, that's where I was going to put mine.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm going to stick mine there.
I'm going to put mine back here. If I want it there because of all the Echo stuff, I have options to cast on both of these things.
Yeah, because you can use these as a beacon to cast spells.
Yep.
And now we're going to place our idols. So we have a fancy cup here because I don't have a bag. So we're not going to look at the cup, we're just picking randomly. We did do a practice round of the first game, but we didn't really have time to play through a full game, so we do understand a little bit better than we did before that how to play the game, but yeah, still kind of new to the game, so if we mess things up.
So my highest is 20, and then I have 19, 18, and 17, so I'm going to get to drop 4 guys before Justin.
Yep, goes in numerical order.
I'm going to place my Reaper first, and he's going to just try to be... The only restriction on idols is they can't be within 3 of any Lost or any enemy models. So he's gonna go there, he's gonna go there. He's gonna go back here. All right, my next one is 8.
So I get to place 5. All right, I'm putting my Reaper here. The Stalkers have Agile, so they're the only ones that can move through terrain without taking the penalty, which is half the movement speed. He's just going to go up there.
Just going to put this guy right back here. That's my Corruptor.
Then I get to place 2. I'm going to place my Corruptor back here. And my other Slayer is going to go back here.
All right, and then I have 1 to do. I'm going to do my Lurker way off in the corner over here.
He's going to go right there.
And then I have my last 2. My other Slayer is going to come over here. And my other Lurker is going to go back here.
And that's the layout. So since we don't have the cards yet, we have to roll using the deck simulator chart.
Found on page 166.
Okay, so first you roll a d4.
Yeah.
I got a 1.
And then you roll D8.
And a 7.
7 is a 6-inch move for the Lost. We get 4 extra tokens for turn 1. So this is, well, we'll max out at 10. And then we get +1 to manifesting our Echo powers.
All right, so the Lost move first.
And they move directly away from the Echo deck, which is, we start with the Lost closest to the Echo deck.
Yeah, we start with that one, and then he moves 6 inches.
Yes, directly away from the closest idol.
And that's the Lost movement. We both get 10 of these.
Line them up.
All right, so we laid our tokens out on the bottom here, kind of like sectioned it together. So Brooks will get to go first, and then I get 3, and he gets 1, then I get 2, and so on and so forth. Simple enough. And these activations, you can use these to cast an Eternal Power, or you can activate one of your idols. We moved the Lost, so it's your turn first.
All right, so I'm gonna start by attempting to cast Reshape. I'm gonna cast it from my totem in the back, and I'm gonna try to cast it on the big piece of terrain in the middle here. If it goes off, I'll get to move it 90 degrees. So it goes off on an 8, and we get +1 for this turn. That's a 1, so it does not go off.
All right.
That's my activation.
So I get 3 now. First thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna move my Lurker in here and attack your Slayer.
All right.
So we roll D20s, and we compare them.
Yep, I get +3.
You get +3, I get +3 as well.
Nothing happens.
He would get to strike back if he beat me by 5, but he did not. So nothing happens there. My Stalker is gonna move down here and attack your Corruptor.
So Corruptor gets +0 for defense. And your Stalker gets +2 to attack.
Yep, I get +2, it's a 5.
And you beat me by 1. And then my Corruption is a D8. And your damage is a D6.
So Scorn get +1 to all their attack rolls, but I'm rolling a D6, so I get 5.
And I got a 1.
All right, so you take 1 damage.
And my Corruptor is, oh, he's still alive, okay.
Yeah, the Corruptor has 2 wounds, so he takes 1 wound. And then finally, I'm going to move my Slayer over here and attack your Stalker.
All right, and my Stalkers do get +1 to their defense.
And I get +4 to my attack roll, so that's a 10.
And that is a 9. Failed. Or not a 9, I can't do math. That's a 7.
Then I get a D10 for my damage roll.
Yep, that is my Stalker, so I get a D6 +1.
I get +1, so that's 4.
And I get a 2.
All right, so he is dead. Now over to you.
Yeah, my Slayer over here is gonna move up and attack your, I believe that's your Corruptor.
Yep.
So I get D20 +4.
All right, and I do not get any defense.
That's a 16.
20.
So we tied. So I failed my shockwave attempt with my corruptor to push back his stalker, and around this corner over here, my reaper is going to try to reap this lost. So he gets a D10, and I need to get a 5 or better, but the hollow get +1, so I only need a 4. That's an 8, so he's gonna get it, and because he's a reaper, he doesn't get removed. So I just get my lost.
Score 1 for you.
Yeah. All right, next I'm going to get my lurker to move up and try to reap this lost. So lurkers get a D6.
You got a D4 with lurker, actually.
I'm sorry, stalker.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I said lurker, I meant stalker. They get a D6, and I need a 4 or better because I get +1 to this roll for being hollow. And he doesn't get it. Next, I'm gonna do an attack from my Slayer to your Corruptor. No.
Lurker, okay.
So first attack gets you D20. I got a crit.
Oh.
So the crit automatically goes through, and then I get to roll my D10 twice and pick the highest.
Lurker.
So I got a 10.
D4, there's no way I can beat it. Yeah, it's a 3. He is dead. No, he's taking you with him.
He's trying to. And for my last activation here, I'm gonna do a second attack on your Corruptor with the Fury ability that they have.
It means they can attack twice.
Yep. That's a 2 plus 4, so it becomes a 6.
And I got a 4 plus nothing.
So it's just a wash. Actually, I beat you.
Yeah, you beat me.
Sweet. And then I get a D10, and you get a D8. That's a 6. All right, so you tanked it.
No damage done.
And now it's over to you.
I just got 1. My Stalker's gonna move over here and see if he can kill your Slayer.
And you get +2, and I get +3. Oh.
It's a 10. You wanna reroll that?
There you go.
Okay.
I think I beat you by 5. I beat you by 5, so I get to swing at you.
13. It's a 5.
Okay.
Yeah. Rolling to see if you damage me?
Yes. I get a D10, you get a D6. Oh, I only got a 1. So.
All right. Once again, no damage done. Now you get 2.
Yeah, so for my first one here, I'm going to activate my lurker here. I don't need to move a full 6. Just have to get within 9 here. And I'm going to do my ranged attack.
Okay.
The only difference with the ranged attack to normal attack is you can't attack me back. See if I hit. So I got a 15 plus 3, 18.
18, okay.
And 15 plus, that's your Slayer.
15, 16, 17, 18.
Hey, so nothing happens.
We tied.
And then I have 6 next. My Corruptor in the back is going to attempt to bind that lost.
He's unbound, so yeah, I think you need a 5.
Yep, unbound is a 5, and my corruption is a D8. So I need to get a 5 or better. I do not.
Didn't get it.
Yep.
Dun, dun. Alrighty, then I get 2. My Reaper is, how far away do you have to be to reap?
Engagement, I believe.
How far away do you have to be to bind?
9. Okay, only Corruptors can bind.
My Reaper is going to move up here, and the call ability, that's...
Select one, bound within 9, and then it just goes off, and you move it 3 inches towards you. It's always successful.
He's actually going to move right here, and he's going to call this lost here towards him, and he's going to go right in there. That's his activation. All right, I'm going to try and cast Echo Form with my Reaper.
It's a D12.
So I need a 6 up. So it's 5, but it's +1 because of the Echo Deck ability. So it is a 6, and I do get to place a terrain piece within 9 inches. And it's going to go right there.
All right.
You have 1 more activation left?
Yes. I'm going to try to cast Echo Shape, the one where I can turn the terrain 90 degrees.
Okay.
And I need an 8, but I get +1.
You got it.
And then I'm gonna turn this piece of terrain 90 degrees.
Oh man, look at that. What a play.
Now you get 2 activations.
I'm gonna attack again with my Slayer because of Fury. See if I can get a hit this time. A 20. Haha.
And then you get to roll 2d10 and pick the highest.
All right, I'm gonna go with the 8. So it'd be 9 because it's +1.
So I need a 9 or a 10. I got 3.
And you didn't get it. So your Reaper takes 1 damage. Your Reaper and Corruptor are both down to 1 health.
It's not great.
I'm gonna attempt to cast Cosmic Blast with my Corruptor. So D12, and then I get +1 to that roll.
You need an 8.
8 up. I didn't get it.
All right.
That's round 1. Round 2, rolling from the Echo deck. I got a 4 and a 3 for the 8.
4 and a 3 moves them 6 inches. We get +3 to our tokens and +1 for power.
All right, pretty similar.
Yep, but we both lost a guy, so we're down 1 token, so we both get 9.
Moving the lost. All right, so that's the lost movement. Now we're getting our tokens.
Yes.
We get 9 each.
Yes, so I am starting.
You have a lot of high numbers.
I do. We're gonna start with my Slayer in the corner over here. He's gonna be trying to kill your Corruptor again.
Okay.
So I get +4. So that puts me at a 10.
And I get
Yeah,
nothing,
a lot.
but still beat you.
Actually, yeah, you beat me by 5.
So I get to swing back. Watch again. A 9.
And I beat you.
Nope. Nothing happens.
All right. And then for my second attempt to do something, I'm going to have my other Slayer in the corner there.
This one.
Yeah. He's going to try to kill your Lurker. That's a 14.
14 is the number to beat.
It's a Stalker.
I get a +4. So that's 11.
Yep, so I did beat you. And then I get a D10, you get a D6. That's a 6.
All right. And a 1.
right.
You got him. He is dead. Back to hell where you belong. I just have 1. I have 18 here.
Right.
My Slayer is going to attempt to slay your Reaper. I get +4.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Goes through. And then I get a D10, and you get a D10. And you get +1.
+1 to mine. Oh, man. All right.
Sweet.
Nothing happens.
I have the 17 next, so I'm going to activate my Stalker back here, and I'm going to run up. I have a 9-inch move. He's going to attempt to reap that lost.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I need a 5 up to be successful, but I get +1 for being hollow. Got it.
Got it.
So they're both good.
Man, you're definitely doing some reaping here.
Yeah.
I got to start reaping.
All right, and I have 17. Oh, I have 16 as well. I think what we're gonna do is have my Lurker scream at your Stalker. So I get a +3 to this, and you get.
I get +3.
The names are still confusing.
Yeah, they're so similar.
Yeah. All right, so I got an 18, 19, 20.
21, and I got a 19.
Nice.
So you got it.
And then my Lurker attacks with a D8, and you defend with a D4.
Not looking good for me.
Well, I got 5, so that'll do you in.
Yep, he can't get it. All right, got him. Yeah, you're doing pretty well.
And then, yeah, this is going a lot better than I thought it would. And then for my last one, all right, so we're gonna do some Lurker on Lurker action here.
Okay. 12 and a 4.
Got through, and again, I think it's a D8 against a D4.
D4, yep.
You stole my D8.
I'm keeping it.
All right. I got a 2.
Come on.
Hey.
Oh, man. Yeah, this is getting brutal here. Not looking so good for the Scorn.
Yeah, that was a successful round of 3, but now it's over to you.
I get 2. I'm going to move my Reaper up here, and I'm going to attempt to reap that soul. So I need a 5.
Yep.
Rolling a 10. Got it. There's 1 for me.
And because he's a Reaper, he doesn't die when he does that.
Yep. And I'm going to attempt to kill your Corruptor with my Stalker. 16, 17, 18.
So it goes through, and I get a D8 on my Corruptor.
I get a D6. Yeah, D6 +1.
Yep.
That's 3.
Hey, he's sticking around.
Come on. Okay, that's my turn, so you get 3 now.
Yes, so for the first one, I'm gonna try to cast Shockwave off of my Corruptor back there, because I want to be able to move and try to get another soul. It's a 7 to go off, but I get +1. So it's gonna go off, and I push him back 3 inches.
All right. Knocks him back and frees you up to move.
Yes. And then my guy's gonna move up just to the lost there and try to reap him, which will kill my Corruptor, but I think it'll put the game more in my favor, so.
We'll see what happens.
Yep, so I need a 5 usually, but I get +1. That does not go off. And next, I have 1 more.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to cast Cosmic Blast.
No.
Yeah, Cosmic Blast from my Reaper onto your Slayer. It's the same thing, it's an 8, but we get +1 for this turn. It's gonna go off.
All right.
And it's a D8 versus your D4.
You're getting those.
Ay. That's gonna take me out.
Man, I better start reaping. You got 1 more.
1 more, yep.
After my 8 here, I'm running out of stuff to do.
You still have your corruptor to go.
Yeah, I can't knock
And
that.
you can cast spells.
We're gonna cast, what's that one that has the area of effect? Cataclysm?
Cataclysm, yep. It goes off on a 9.
Okay, so it's a 3-inch bubble.
Yep.
So I'm gonna try and cast Cataclysm here so that it won't hit me, but it will hit both of your Slayers.
It's a d12. You need a 9, so you need an 8 for this turn.
So it's a +1 to the roll. It goes off. Haha.
All right. My Slayers only get a d4 for defense, and you get to hit both of them with a d8. So let's do the one that's touching your corruptor first.
D8.
So he's dead.
We're coming back. And then rolling for the other Slayer. 7.
Yeah, he's dead.
Oh! Well, that just got, yeah, I was pretty far behind, but that really helped.
That was incredible.
That was awesome.
And then my last one, I'm gonna go with my Reaper over here. He's gonna move up to right here.
The terrain does slow down your movement, but I would say like sections like that don't slow it down, you know what I mean? I'm fine with saying like if it's like a level surface,
I think
it doesn't affect you.
No, because it does specifically say that area terrain. As soon as you touch the area terrain, it counts. If I was to move from here, like from here to here,
Yeah.
I would be able to move this 4 inches normally, and then I have to move 8 inches through there or whatever it
Okay.
is.
It makes sense.
Yeah, so he's just gonna go to there.
It doesn't look like he's an inch away.
He's not.
Okay, so you can't reap that?
Nope, he can't reach.
All right.
But he's in the terrain when you decide to rotate it again.
Then I get 5 things I can do, and I'm gonna have to...
Cast a lot of spells.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look at the spells here. All right, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna move my Corruptor up 6 inches. I'm gonna attempt to bind this Lost right here. Rolling a D8, I need a 4 up. Didn't get it.
Oh no.
Okay, so that's my first. Then I'm gonna cast, is it Reshape?
Cataclysm.
Collapse.
Collapse, yeah, collapse.
I'm gonna cast Collapse on this piece of terrain.
And try to kill my Reaper.
Yeah.
And you need an 8.
But it's a +1 to the roll. Got it. So it's a D6 against D10. I got a 1.
Alright, he's alright. But he is stunned. And stunned means I cannot reap, do a ranged attack, bind, or call.
This turn. I guess you want to cast those things like first.
Yeah.
So I have 3 more spells that I could cast, but it would just add modifiers that would get taken away anyway, so... Because the modifiers get wiped at the end of the round. We are just going to move on to round 3. Rolling for the Echo. The D4 is a 2, and then a 1 for the 8.
Alright, so the Lost are going to move towards the totem. We get 2 extra tokens, and we get +2 to our powers.
All right.
I get 1, 2, 3, 4, +2. I get 6.
Not looking. I'm not looking at what's in there. All right. 5 for me, 6 for you. Okay. I got a 19.
Hey,
Do you have anything better than that?
I do not.
And then my next best is a 10, so you probably have
I'm
something.
gonna do a lot before you then.
All right.
I'm gonna go 4 times before or after your second.
I better make this count then.
Yeah. What are you gonna do first?
That is the question. Just because like the main goal here is to get lost souls, I think I'm gonna have to try and reap this soul here. That is what I'm gonna do, or attempt to do. He's unbound, so I need a 5, and I got it.
Hey.
All right, we are tied now.
Yep. So we get +2 to our powers. So I'm gonna try to do Cosmic Blast first. I'm gonna go from my totem, well, as the beacon, and into your lurker.
Okay.
So I need an 8, but we get +2. So I'm not gonna get it. Can I just keep trying that? So we tried to look it up, but it looks like you can just keep trying powers. So I'm gonna spend a second activation just to try that again on the lurker. And it's gonna go off this time because I get +2. And then it is a D8 versus your D6. It's a 4. Hey, so he survives.
I did go off.
Yeah, so it's done for the turn. I am going to move this is actually the lurker. I'm gonna move up 6 inches, and I am within 9 here. So I'm going to attack your Reaper.
All right.
Yeah, +3.
into my Reaper. He gets 1 defense, so that puts him at a 2.
All right.
That goes through.
And then I get a D8 and you get a D10. That's a 5.
Got it.
All right. I think we're just going to try that again with this other one. This one over here. And we're going to go up here and just try to hit your Corruptor.
Okay.
Got a 15 plus 3.
Corruptor has no defense, so it hits.
Oh, I got 1, so you don't take any damage.
So I get 3. He's not bound or anything.
No.
The Stalker is going to move in here and attack your Corruptor. Stalker gets +2 to his attack.
My Corruptor gets +0. Got 6.
10 goes through.
And I get a D8.
I get a D6 +1. Not bad, 7.
Hey.
Oh. Come on. So I'm going to cast a Recall. Do you have to cast that with the beacon?
It does have to be cast from the beacon, but it's a 15-inch range.
Okay. I'm going to cast a Recall on my Reaper.
Yep, and it's a D12, and you only need a 5, and you get +2.
All right. Goes off. And that's it.
And he has to be placed within 1 inch of the totem.
All right. He is going to go right here. I think I can. Yeah. He's going to go like that. And he's going to move there. And then for my other one, I'm going to cast... Okay, I'm going to do the Cataclysm directly on top of this guy. Or no, should I do it back here? It doesn't affect the lost, right?
No.
I'm going to attempt to cast Cataclysm there.
All right, so you need a 9, but you get +2.
Alrighty, got it.
And it is D8. A D8 versus my D8.
Okay, so it's a 4 to your 1.
Oh, so my Corruptor is dead.
Got him. Man, close game.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to move my Reaper. He's in terrain, so he can only move 3 inches since it's doubled, but he's just going to move over to here.
And yeah, I'm going to attempt to reap this soul. I need a 10.
For your Corruptor.
Oh, sorry. It is an 8. Want a 5 up? Didn't get it. That's a 2. It's my last turn. You get 1 more?
I do, but I don't think there's anything that I want to do. All right, we're going to try to cast Reshape. I need an 8. I got a 1.
Didn't get it.
So that's the end of round 3.
On to round 4.
Yeah.
Round 4.
Yep. Go ahead and roll your D4 and D8.
D4 is a 4 and the D8 is a 4.
4 and 4. So again, with the towards the totem, we get 3 extra tokens and 2 plus to cast. And we both have 3 guys left, so we get 5 tokens each.
We're wrong about that. We get 6 each. So 1 more. What's your highest?
15.
Oh, I got a 19.
Oh.
Moving the lost. I'm going to try and cast Cosmic Blast on this lurker with my Corruptor. +2 to the roll. So it just barely gets it.
And then Cosmic Blast is D8 damage, and I believe a lurker has a D4 for defense.
Yeah, Corruption D4, yep. 7.
Oh, so he's dead.
Oh! He's out of there.
Dead. I'm going to try to cast Recall on my Reaper. I need a 5. That's going to go off. And that is my activation.
All right, I'm going to try and kill your Reaper with my Stalker.
All right, Reaper gets +1 to defense.
16. Oosh. Uh-oh.
Oh, so I get to swing back.
13, 5.
All right, well, this is the trick here. I get a D4, and you get a D6. That is a 1.
And a 5.
All right.
So he's good.
Yeah, my Reaper is going to try to reap.
As he should.
He gets a D10, and I need a 5, which goes to a 4 because I get +1. Got it.
That's 3 for you, 2 for me.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to try and reap with my Corruptor, see if I can get him.
You get an 8, and you
Need a 5. Ah, come on.
All right, and now it's my turn. So I'm going to attempt to cast the Cataclysm spell on your lurker. I'm going to do the same thing you did. Put it,
like right there?
Yeah, right on the edge.
Okay.
It goes off on a 9, so I need a 7. Does not go off.
On to me. I'm going to reap, hopefully. Need a 5. Got him.
Got it.
All right, we're just trying to get the last one.
Yeah.
He can move after he reaps, right?
Yes. Yeah, you do an action, then movement. Yep.
So he is gonna move, say 2 inches, and then
4.
And then my lurker can go up and do a ranged attack at you. So just your Reaper. So I got 6 plus 3, so 9.
Didn't get it.
Luckily it's a ranged attack, so you don't get to swing back.
Can't do anything with my Stalker. I'm going to try and cast Echo for him. That's the one that summons in some terrain. Need a 6. Plus 2 to the roll, so that's a 6.
Yeah.
All right, that's all I need.
And you get a piece of terrain with a 4-inch footprint.
Okay, I didn't build enough terrain for this, so do you care if we use this again, or we can use that one again?
Yeah, if you want.
They're not
to.
going to be in the way. The game's almost over. We'll use this one just because it looks cooler. We're going to stick that right there.
That's over to me. I guess I'll try to cast Shockwave from my Reaper and push you back. It goes off on 6, so it's going to go back. So I'm just going to push your guy back into the terrain.
What a clutch move.
Yeah, and then actually we are going to use Collapse, which targets a piece of terrain. All right, it goes off on an 8. Gonna go off.
All right.
And it's a D6, so I just have to beat you with a D6.
He's also a D6?
Yep. Not great.
All right. No damage done.
No damage, and that is my turn. You have one more thing you can do.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything else that I can do at this point, so I'm just gonna end my turn there.
All right, and then we get to roll off to see if the game ends. So currently we're tied. On a 3-up, we'll play another round.
No.
The game is over.
All right.
Good game.
So I think since I got 3 guys left and you have 2, then I would win. We're tied with souls.
Yeah, we're tied with souls, but I think you win because you have more guys left.
Yeah, that's how it works.
So,
alrighty.
good game.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
That was close. Definitely some back and forth with that.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird strategy you can do, especially with the terrain.
All right. Hey, thanks for watching. Thanks for playing, Brooks.
No problem, anytime.
Hope you guys enjoyed this battle report. If you want to try Idols of Torment out for yourself, links are down below. A big thanks to the Hans Wargaming patrons. If you want to support the channel, Patreon membership is a great way to do that. Thanks again for watching. I hope you have a good day, and I will see you later.